Okay, look like we can have our caller back. 560, call it 317-560. Do you have a question or a comment, or are you just listening at this point?
I'd just like to say on the whole Reds-White Sox confrontation thing, I ain't down the Reds, but I'm going to tell you right now, the White Sox thing, everybody wants to watch out for them. I mean, there's something to be reckoned with. You know, I can't wait to get to the football talk. That's what I'm trying to get into is the football talk.
We can talk whatever you want to. Although the reason I pick the White Sox is because nobody is picking them right now. They always tend to focus on, you know, you got your ESPN focused on the East Coast. You got the West Coast guys focused on the Rangers and the Angels and the A's. But the White Sox, they are the most complete team, I believe.
Can we talk football talk?
Go for it.
I got a little problem with Indianapolis getting rid of Peyton Manning now. I mean, after seeing Monday night or Sunday night game, I mean, you know, maybe you can call it what you want to call it, but, you know, Peyton looked like Peyton. Peyton showed his magic right there. I mean, his arm looked amazing. I mean, he looks like he has no problems to me, and I'm not doubting Andrew Luck in the future. I mean, you know, he probably has a lot coming to him, and he's probably bringing a lot to Indianapolis, but to get rid of somebody is probably, you know, arguably the best quarterback ever to play the game. I mean, that was a big mistake. You know, I do not understand that at all. They should have gave him another chance. He brought everything to Indianapolis. He brought us the championship. I mean, he pretty much brought us that Super Bowl we hosted. I mean, he brought us everything. And to get rid of somebody like him, I don't care his age. I don't care what you know, his health issues. I mean, Jim Irsay's got to be thinking twice after seeing him play last night.
I can't say I disagree with you, but what you have to realize is we, as the Colts, I'm a fan, I'm in Indianapolis, so the Colts gave Peyton Manning $25 million to play nothing. He had no games played last season, and then we were going to pay him another $28 million this season, even though he came off of 4 surgeries. We didn't have an idea. I mean, it's a business decision. We had to cut that. We had to cut ties, let go.
I can see both sides of your argument here. I can. And, you know, the thing that I would think is a lot of people in Indianapolis, you know, the general consensus of the public, they didn't want to see Peyton go. I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate that he had an accident there and his arm was out of commission there for the season. But, you know, and I understand business is business, but, you know, there are a lot of upset people that they got cut him loose.
I mean, I'm looking at loyalty.
I can't say I disagree with you, but I do have to bring up the point that just came out today on Sports Talk Radio because I was listening. The Bears and Colts game had a 32 share, and then at night the Broncos and Steelers game had a 29 share. So that tells me that more people were trying to see the Colts with Andrew Luck than the Broncos with Peyton Manning. Seneca, do you have anything to add to that?
You're right about that. You're right. Okay. Everybody's going to want to see the Colts and Andrew Luck because of the high expectation that Andrew Luck had coming into that game after replacing Peyton Manning. You know, and nobody really expected Peyton Manning to come out and do what he done. I mean, everybody expected him to come out, play okay. He came out and played outstanding. I mean, his arm was like it was here when you know, in his young days. And you could tell by his face and how he was playing that, you know, I mean, he's back to the way he was. I mean, he's ready to go. I mean, he's roared up, ready to go. You could tell that he took this personally, you know, us not signing him, that gave him fuel on his fire. And now he's going to go on and he's going to do his thing. It ain't going to be 1, 2, 3 year thing. I mean, I feel he's going to keep doing this, and he's going to keep on going. I mean, he got protected well. I feel, you know, he brung a lot of the plays that he done in Indianapolis. He brung them right to Denver, and you could see that it worked. You know, them little receiver out plays. I mean, a quick pass. You know, he did that, scored. You know, he used to bring that here. You know, I'm not down Andrew Luck. I know that Andrew Luck's a good player. I will give it to him in the future. He probably is going to bring a lot to us. But I'm looking at what Jim Irsay should be looking at, Super Bowl immediately type thing. And I feel that we should have signed him back, you know, worked the deal out with him, and, you know, added some more players like we did, went into the draft, got what we had to get, and built us a new team around Peyton. I mean, Nobody can argue.
The part I have to cut you out. The part I have to cut you off on is the fact that you think it's Peyton Manning having a personal vendetta. It's only one game out of 16, and they're hoping 17, 18, and 19 in Denver to get to that Super Bowl. But if you spent any time in Indianapolis listening to Peyton Manning when he's talking, he doesn't care about personal vendettas. There's a hospital still up on the north side with his name on it that says that he doesn't have anything against the city. It's just he's got a new team now. He's got a new jersey. He's got new colors. He's got new traditions that he has to follow, and he's going to follow them. And everybody here knows that Peyton Manning's a winner, and he's going to continue to win no matter where he goes.
Okay, you're right. I agree with that. I mean, I just look at it like, Peyton Manning did not want to leave here. I mean, he did not want to leave this city. I mean, you could tell when he had to leave the press conference he gave, he had tears. I mean, he wanted to stay here. I mean, I just felt like
But as a business decision, Jim Irsay had to make that choice. He had to take the new next guy coming along as opposed to the man who might be hurt, his career may be over. It's a lot of maybes here, but I'm good. I'm glad Peyton's doing good through one game. He took some hard hits. He showed that his neck is pretty solid. But let's see the rest of the season. But we can't worry about that. That's a lot of ifs. We need to worry about, if you're a Colts fan, we need to worry about Andrew Luck's progression and how he does against his schedule.
Wow.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, and let me jump in here. Like, the way I feel about it is, I'm not a huge sports fan or fanatic, but I kind of can see both sides of the issue as well because, like you said, we're dealing with a person that has brought a lot of national attention to Indianapolis, and he was mainly the reason why they went ahead and built that new Lucas Oil Stadium, and while we had national attention shined on our city for this Super Bowl and stuff like that, we can't forget our past. But like Mike said, we got to kind of focus on, this already done happened. You know what I'm saying? So we have to kind of focus on what we currently have before us and kind of making the team and kind of keeping that legacy going. But I will say that he was a reason why Indianapolis has
cut.
Yeah, we're having a few technical difficulties tonight. We are working through those.
Hey, Mike Snyder, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, sorry, Seneca, I think, had technical difficulties with his phone. But I just wanted to thank everybody who's called in to talk to me about sports. I appreciate it. I appreciate being a part of Seneca's show here tonight. I'm ready to take anybody else's questions that want to have any.
Well, I got one for you. What, of all the sports out there, what's the one that you think that, or let's narrow it down to two, because I've talked to you before, I've met you before. What's your probably two favorite that you've really got your strongest backgrounds in?
Definitely NFL, based on the fact I've been a Colts fan most of my life in terms of watching Peyton Manning in town. He brought us a Super Bowl in 2007, and I just think that NFL is number one, and right now, Major League Baseball is number two because huge Reds fan. I'm going to send that out there too. And I think they're the best team in baseball right now. There's a couple other teams that are close. I think the Nationals are on the same level. But right now, this season, watching them play, watching all the special stuff that happens in late innings, you just feel that this is probably the time for the Reds.
So would you say then that your two best and most preferred sports are probably then baseball and football?
Yep. And then basketball comes in season here soon because it's out of season right now, but I definitely have a few nuggets on that too. But right now it's definitely football and baseball because they're both.
When we get about to March, I might be able to talk basketball with you there when we get up to March. I'm more of a college ball guy myself, but
I'm with you there. In fact, I'm a huge IU fan, and we're going to be preseason number 1. Those IU Hoosiers. I keep saying we because I went to IU. I went to college there. I got to stop saying we. I got to separate myself from it. But they're going to be the number 1 team in the country preseason.
Well, I think you're probably pretty close to being right on that. I do. I also happen to be an IU fan. I try to make it over to Bloomington for a couple of games a year. But, yeah, I'm definitely with you on that. Now, we talk college. It gets about March. I can actually contribute a little bit to that on there when we get into March. But, all right, Seneca.
Make sure you play your office pools and your brackets, and everybody has fun. And remember, don't have to put real money up. Just put your confidence up.